2. Hey, everybody. It's Thursday. Martin's with us. He got off that riverboat ship. We're going to find out if he had to swim to shore or if they actually gangplanked him. Chillie is doing a little computing over there. If you see the consternation on his face, it's only because he can't work two hands at once anymore. He's so old that he's just got to work one hand and then the other one. So he's having a little trouble with that. But
I hear you.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Right here where I am, it's Christmas snow out there. We've got just west of us over 9 inches of snow. We've got about 5 or 6 here, but it's when that soft, fluffy snow is falling and the cars are packing it down and everybody's still in a hurry. They haven't learned how to switch over to winter driving yet. So I predict it's going to be a dud day here at the cannabis store. But that's all right.
Well, just talking about Christmas, I've got a question.
Yes.
I keep saying it's too early. It's too early for Christmas. Yeah, too early for Christmas. We shouldn't have Christmas decorations up yet. Let's ask everybody today, is it right? Should we have decorations up? My office, my window faces that way. I can show you on camera. There's 3 houses with Christmas decorations up already. It's the 17th of November.
But see, here in America, we have a little safeguard for that because Thanksgiving is next Thursday, and traditionally, that's the day that Christmas goes up.
Well, yeah, but then you have the Black Friday, don't you? And then potentially Christmas, but it's the 12 days of Christmas, not the 12 months of Christmas. Come on, you know. And I swear, there's a house around the corner that's had their Christmas tree up all bleeding year.
Why not?
Well, do you know, there's one thing I would say to that. If it helps your mental health in the world we're living in today, then go for it. But, I mean, for me, Christmas never used to start till the 7th of December, and the reason being it was my mother's birthday, and we weren't allowed anything Christmassy till after Mum's birthday.
Well, it's Thanksgiving is kind of like our country's birthday celebration kind of thing, so same kind of thing. So good thing she wasn't born on the 21st.
Oh, gee, I couldn't do Christmas that quick.
Yeah, but that would have been hell for you guys if she was born on the 21st of December.
Oh, geez, can you imagine? Just 4 days of Christmas. Then again, you know. But anyway. So, Chillie, where are you now? Well, you've just got off a ship, haven't you? After
I'm home again for a couple of weeks. I take off again on December 1st. Sail on December 3rd out of Fort Lauderdale on the what the hell am I on? New Stanton Dam first.
New Stanton Dam?
Yes.
And
then after that, the MSC Seascape.
All right.
The inaugural cruise of the Seascape.
Ooh, I am well jealous.
So I'm having a bit of an issue with MSC.
Why?
Now everybody knows I like MSC cruises. Bar none. The Seascape I booked when I was on the Meraviglia. But it reverted back to Vacations to Go, which is where I booked my first 3 MSC cruises.
Yeah, they do that.
So the other night I got busy and I got on the website to order my Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi was reasonable. It was only $100 for a 7-night cruise. I thought that was pretty good for premium Wi-Fi. And then I looked at my Diet Coke package. My Diet Coke package was $188. I said, what?
Wow.
I said, I'm not spending $188 for Diet Cokes.
That's more than $25 a day.
The new Stanton Dam was $66 for the week.
Yeah. But what, you've got a drinks package included over there.
No, there's no booze. I drink Diet Cokes. It includes water and it's some coffee and tea and stuff I don't drink.
Yeah. But then what about your adult beverages?
The booze package, the cheapest booze package is only like $70 more. So $10 a day extra if I got to pay that ridiculous amount for the Diet Cokes, for $10 a day, then I could have booze.
Well, I mean, at that price, your adult beverage. But does it cover your adult beverage? Because yours is a posh adult beverage, isn't it?
Yeah. So now I call MSC back because one of my regulars tells me that, hey, man, MSC's going to run a Black Friday sale. And I got my drink package and Wi-Fi cheaper, and they honored that and reduced the price on my cruise that I have booked, but I haven't paid for completely. I said, okay, I'll call them. So the first thing this morning, I call MSC and I say, okay, here's the deal, guys. It's a ridiculous amount of money for the Diet Coke package. So I didn't book it last night, but I want to see if you have a
Special.
The Black Friday special that I could maybe do it cheaper than I looked at the website last night. And they says, well, sir, you have to call your travel partner. I said, no, I booked the cruise originally on the ship when I was on the Meraviglia.
So no travel advisor, no personal travel agent.
Yeah, it reverted back to Vacations to Go because other cruises were from Vacations to Go.
Yeah.
I call Vacations to Go to say, okay, I need you to get this damn drink package at the special price, right? And I get a message that says, sorry, I'm on a cruise. I won't be back until whatever day it said, November 24th or some damn day. And I'm thinking, wow, wait a minute, time out here. I can't get anybody to take care of this. So I don't know what I've either got to get William's boss and say, look, dude, I need somebody there to help me, or call MSC back and say, wait a minute, you can't pass me back to them when I booked the cruise originally on your boat.
It does. There is one thing. It does state that if you book on board, it will revert back to your original agent or the last agent you booked your last cruise with.
Yeah.
Unless you specify. Now, the only thing I would say is go back to them and say, look, I don't want it with Vacations to Go, or sort it out with my drinks package, But at the when are you going? They've probably been paid their commission on the booking now, so it'll probably be hard to get it.
No, in America, you don't get paid till sailing.
Okay, well maybe you might be okay then. So, but I'd certainly look at seeing if they will either take it back and do it as a direct, or if not, sort your drinks package out definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, I still got that one to
refresh the
fix
screen because when I look at my camera, it's too close and I don't look very good in HD.
Let's prove that. Here, let's check that out.
Oh, have you seen my lines? Look, it looks awful.
We don't. No. The camera softens everything. You look like Doris Day behind a screen.
Rude.
Yeah, you look like Doris Day. Can you dance like Doris Day?
I give up.
I could ask something else about Doris Day, but that wouldn't be appropriate for a live broadcast.
No, you do know that in her last years, Doris Day, part of the contract was she had to be filmed behind this, like a thin cloth that you could see through, which of course filtered out all the wrinkles and everything.
Well, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that with this light now, but it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, that's a little bit better. Although
it's more making craters and gullies than it is.
All right, so what's your name?
Martine. Yes.
Martine. Were you at the Wave Awards last night?
Did I what?
At the Wave Awards last night?
No, I wasn't. So I've been looking out to see who won the influencer award, but I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen lots of cruise lines announcing the winners, but did you see who's won the?
No, I haven't seen that. I just saw that Dave Monk and Janine and who was with them, Rebecca Barnes. They were all together again last night. They had been together in Doha for the naming of the new World Europa, and then got together again last night.
Oh no, I wasn't. I need to get fit and working at some point, so which we'll talk about. things coming up. But anyway, no doubt you're about to grill me because you always are, and you always have things in the background.
Well, no, I just wanted to tell you is when I play this clip, you can unmute yourself so you can talk and tell us what the hell it is.
Oh, hang on. All right, let's see. I'll unmute myself. Oh, hang on. What's this one? This was the tour of the Amaverde, the lounge area we did a tour of. We were going to go live and then we weren't, and then we were. Now this is the area that everything takes place in, so parties and shit. Absolutely amazing. It's where you get your drink. Everybody was there for what's called sale. Now we've got immense success. We made basically a cocktail hour. We had Captain Picard there as we nicknamed him. He looked like Captain Picard as our Phoenix. He was doing his entertainment of an evening. And this is where you had some of the entertainment as well of an evening, folklore bands and things. Doing a little mix out to show you the front of the ship. Now there's a little outside area where you can smoke or if you want to. Not many people did. And you could sit and as you're sailing, sail away, what places you sail. And then we went up onto the sun deck, and this is just giving you a little snippet of what a ship looks like. And now, Chillie, can you pause it there a moment? I'm not sure if you can.
He's working on it.
Anyway, we'll come back to that in a moment. Just remind me steps. This is the sun deck. Oh, sorry, I was going to say.
That was the
now,
end.
Chillie, the other week, Chillie, we spoke about steps
Yeah.
and accessibility and things. Now, when people have accessibility needs on a river cruise ship, they say they have to be able to get up the stairs to get on the sun deck in case of an emergency. Now, those stairs, as you saw, were quite steep, and that's where people struggle with river cruise ships. And the problem is they can't redesign the ships because of the widths of the locks in Europe they go through, and also the lowness of the bridges that they go through as well because of the low, high and low tides. So when people, I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's discriminatory about, accessible people being able to get on the ship and things."
Oh, yeah.
It's not. It's a safety sort of issue, and I just wanted to bring that to life for people that maybe listen in and wonder why they're probably recommended not to go on a river cruise. Now, if you can get up them unaided quite easily and you're happy to do it, then they will accept you. Now, there are lifts between the floors in the ship, but they just don't go up to the sun deck. That's the only thing. So it's something to consider if you are in need of mobility aids and things. So, but anyway, that was that. And then that was the sun deck, which had a little drop-in pool that you could get in. That was too cold. Too cold. I was thinking of risking it for a biscuit, but I didn't brave it enough. But they were the main areas of the ship, apart from your cabin, because when you river cruise, you don't go for the ship. You're going for the destinations. You're traveling to the beautiful cities, the castles, and things like that. Now, every ship on board on the European riverways will be very similar in design. It'll have a restaurant, it'll have a lounge area, and it'll have a reception and a sun deck, and that will be about it. And it sounds really bad, but they are the heartbeat of the ship of an evening. But you're not there for big shows and massive bands coming on and things. You get folklore bands and things, but yeah. That was that video. It was just to show you what the ship was like, really.
Right. Okay, over here, the company now that's doing a lot of the new U.S. river ships, they have elevators, including the top floor, so they are now accessible. The first two will be at sea this year, and the next one in 24. And I sent a message to the company and said, okay, you need a handicapped person to sail on all these different ships and broadcast how one can get by on a river cruise if they're disabled.
And that handicapped person needs a cameraman with him.
Well, now that would be good too if I had a cameraman
and a sound man.
Yeah, I'll do the boom mic.
So anyway, I have not heard back from them yet, but I certainly made a proposal to them, and I'd be happy to do all of their ships.
Well, I don't think over in the US though you have the same sort of rivers because ours are over in Europe. I mean,
You don't
when
have the
you
low
saw some of the
bridges,
lowness of the bridges, I mean,
right?
that we went under, I mean, they were really, we've got low water at the moment. When
And
they
the
have
other,
high water, they get problems as well
yeah,
where they can't go under the bridges. It's that near.
the
And
other thing that we don't do in the States, they don't stack park. You know,
ah,
some of the cities in Europe, they'll park two or three ships parallel to each other.
they will,
So
and sometimes it's easy because you can. It depends on what the captain says. If the captain says we will allow your passengers to come through our ship, then it could be all. You could go literally straight through.
yeah,
So it's not so bad. But then they may say no, so you have to go up yours, across, back down, up theirs, back, and you potentially, which is a lot. It's a lot to be doing.
yeah,
The other thing is with river cruising is the where you dock, and with the tides being like you're going up and down um, with this high and low tides. So depending on where they dock, some of them can be quite steep. You're talking, a good gradient to get up. Now, if you're in in a wheelchair or need a mobility crawler, as I call them, or roller, it's going to be very difficult to get up some of them. So, and I think
yeah,
the river cruise companies are being open and honest with people and saying, look, if you think you can do it and you're happy to do it, we'll happily take you. But our staff won't be able to assist you in any way due to health and safety laws. And, it's like if something happened and they damaged that person and hurt them, then they would be liable for suing and things like that. It's hard. They will assist them where they can, but
yeah.
you'll find that it's very hard. It's a shame because there are a lot. River cruising is of the older generation, sort of 45, 50 plus. And those people, may not be so steady on the feet or may need a little bit of assistance in later life. So, will it happen? Will they get a river cruise ship? I'm not too sure.
I don't think so.
It's a
Well,
shame.
that's why I am not as immersed as I am in accessibility issues. I don't fuss about the European river cruise situation because I know why and I understand why. And I
Hmm.
realize they can't do it. Now, I like the fact that the American marketplace, which is nowhere near as well developed as the European river cruise
Hmm.
marketplace, but now there's a possibility of us getting some river cruise started here that might just cater to the accessible community. So, and
Well,
So I
maybe
have a
one of
question. I
these
have a
days
question
we,
for you, Martin.
yeah, go ahead.
Because there's so few people on the ship, and of course, smaller crew. When this is happening, when you're going from your ship in, or it's 2 in the morning, is there always a live representative somewhere on the ship? Like, is the desk always manned, or
Yeah.
is there actually a shutdown time? No, it's always
No, they've got a watch person on reception 24/7.
24/7. So there's
Yeah, so
always
there's
somebody to reach out to.
always somebody there if you need anything at all. And obviously if it's night sailing, the captain or his first officer, they will be sailing the ship. If there was an issue and you couldn't find that person because they'd nipped to the loo, maybe you could nip up and see the captain because you literally can walk into his office
Oh, so that's when they're underway, but you do overnight at some ports, right?
You do, or you may leave late. On the cruise that we had, well, when we got there, we overnighted in Wilshofen and set sail the next morning about 11 o'clock. In Vienna, I think we left about 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning for our next stop, and things like that. So, it was amazing. Oh,
So if
that's
you're out
that
at night and you maybe had a couple of drinks and you kind of forgot to eat and you get back to the ship a minute before it sails or whenever the gate closes, is there 24/7 of some kind of food available, or is it definitely a window?
there is definitely a window. But they feed you literally every 2 hours up till about midnight.
Okay.
So you've got your breakfast. They have an early risers breakfast before breakfast, which is from about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. There'll be pastries available in the lounge, and fruit. Then you've got your main breakfast in the restaurant, usually from 7:30 till 9:30. Then you'll have the late risers breakfast from 10 till 11:45. Again, pastries in the lounge.
Just a
At
flip
that
over to
point,
lunch. Yeah.
That's just breakfast.
That's just breakfast. You're drinking, that's breakfast, okay? So then you've got that. Then you'll have your lunch from like 12 till 1:30. Then they'll have afternoon tea from about 3:30 to 4:30, 5 o'clock. Then you'll have the sip and sail cocktail hour, which now, coming to that, let's mention that because people were like, oh, what's that? Well, it's a little menu that's on every table. It's got a selection of drinks, so soft drinks, there's gin and tonic, and whiskies, there's cocktails, glasses of wine, a bit of Prosecco, but there's no prices on the menu, boys. Which you know what that means. If there's no price on the menu, it's free. Zero
Oh,
for an hour. You can have as many drinks as you want before dinner. This is before dinner. And then your cruise manager, who's Camille, who was amazing on our ship, will then
hey,
come and give
Nikki.
you a talk about the next day. Then you'll go for your dinner and you'll get unlimited wine, beer, and soft drinks with your dinner. Now, boys, if you know me, I do like an adult beverage, and Stan likes his wines. Now, Stan's wine glass, gets full more or less to the brim at home. That's the sort of servings they give on board Amma. It was like, we'll fill your glass up before you've even got to the bottom of it. I got an apology one night because our waitress, Elena, missed me on the first round, and I had an empty glass, and she came running over. She went, "I'm really sorry, Martin, that you've got an empty glass." And I was like, I'm glad because I've had a chance to stop drinking, you know. But then before you leave the restaurant, they fill your glass up for you, so you can take that up to the lounge with you. Now, I'll give you an idea, guys. We were on for a week. You got beer, wine, and soft drinks with your lunch and your dinner. Then you've got a second cocktail. Now, we spent over the week €200 between us. Now, included in that was €146 for Schönbrunn Palace, the added excursion. So they were
Oh,
the only drinks we paid extra for, about €50 in a week. And we were hammered. And I'll let you into a secret. I'll let you into a mad secret. Do you know
hammered.
why we didn't see a lot of things of an evening? Because we were in bed by bleeding 10 o'clock every night because we were hammered and knackered.
Well, plus you did a lot of physical with the river cruises. I mean, you are going to be if you take part in any of the off-site activities, there is some physical effort involved.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. I mean, that's just the food side we've covered, which the food was absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong, but you were like, at some points, it was like, I don't want a three-course lunch to go with me four-course dinner, with me two-course breakfast. It was like, stop feeding me, I can't eat anymore. We actually ate off the ship a couple of days because we wanted something a little less and something a bit more in the city, a couple of the places we were in and things. So,
That's
Dernstein,
Martin
beautiful
saying, no
Dernstein.
more damn food.
Yeah, that was just let me go, let me go. That was a beautiful city, Bernstein. Well, I say city, it's a village. You've got the Blue Cathedral. Now, if anybody knows anything about Bernstein, it was where Richard the Lionheart was held captive until the English paid the ransom for him, which was negotiated, which was meant to be 150,000 pieces of gold. Now, apparently, they only paid 100,000. So every time the English go, they want them to pay them. This was a village a little bit further down. This was called Weissenkirchen. Now, John, you might know if I'm saying it right or not, which means the White Church.
White Church, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and that another beautiful little town. They had a wine tasting. There we go, more drinks. They had a wine tasting that evening in a local winery, which we didn't make it to because we were so hammered. But yeah, so that was one of the desserts, which was crepes Suzette, I think it was. No, it wasn't crepes. It was crepes with a almond ice cream, pistachio ice cream. It might have been. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing food. You just couldn't fault it.
So
Um,
if I'm vegetarian, is there always a vegetarian option?
oh yeah, there's always vegetarian options. They very similar to ocean cruising.
Okay.
So they'll have the main menu with a chef's recommendation for that evening. Then they will have alternatives as well, and they will have a vegetarian, and they will have always available. So like it'll be chicken and steak and things like that. Was this Vienna? Yes, this was in Vienna,
Looks like Veen,
and the
yeah.
building is there. It's a multicultural arts centre, and you light it up in the evening, and it changes colour and things. So absolutely beautiful. Next week, I'm waiting on the next picture that's going to come up. Oh, Salzburg What is Salzburg famous for? You know, all we could hear of people was Mozart and Julie Andrews and
Well,
the
and
Sound of
salt, of
Music.
course. Salzburg means salt caves.
It does, it does. Not a lot of people know that, John, but yeah, it does. You're right. But a beautiful little city, and I say the horrible. The unfortunate thing was everywhere was setting up for the Christmas markets, which generally start towards the end of this week, beginning of next week. More on that in a little while. But yeah, a beautiful city. We went there and experienced Salzburg. Uh, that was the prime beef on our first evening.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, the person that did that carrot. I mean, how many carrots did you have to do that night? You know, with all the little lines down them. It's
Yeah.
just like phenomenal. The extent of the food preparation that goes in is just
Wow.
wow, wow. But
I'm impressed. I would love to do that.
well, there's more. There's more because I'm going to let everybody into a little secret now. So we got back on Monday, flew back from, where did we fly back from? Munich. No, was it Munich? Budapest. We flew back from Budapest. So let's think then. We went the other way. So on Monday, we are off again, or I'm off again, on a familiarization trip for, I think you guys might know them as, we call them educational,
Fam trip. Yep.
your fam trip. Been invited by the fabulous APT Travel Marvel group. We're going on the Travel Marvel Polaris ship, and we are going to do the sailing from Vienna, and we're going to go upriver this time, and we're going to go to Regensburg and Nuremberg and places like that. So next Thursday we will try and do another live from a ship if the timings are right. If not, I will do a live with Chillie if I can beforehand on the
Hey,
day.
now if
You
you're
know,
in Nuremberg, you know right off the ship in the old town is the oldest sausage restaurant in Europe.
is
Called
that?
Golden Stern, yes. And it's awesome. I mean, if you go there, just show my picture and they'll go, "Oh, my fat American friend." And it's a wonderful, wonderful place. And there's no they have electricity for lights and everything, but I mean the entire kitchen is completely wood fired. And of course,
Wow.
Nuremberg sausages are different than every region of Germany has unique sausages, but the Nuremberg sausages are, like your finger. They're like breakfast sausages,
Oh, the sausages in Germany. The thin ones. We've
the
had the
thin
thin
ones.
ones. We had them
And
in
then you order
Salzburg.
them. You order like a plate of 5 or 9 or 15. You order, which quantity you want, small, medium, and large. Comes with the greatest of their potato salad but just an awesome place. And you can't, if you're in Nuremberg, you got to take a gang and go to and it's quick. I mean, you get in and out quick. It's not a
Will you
formal restaurant.
send me the name? Send me the name, John, on
Yep,
message.
coming at. Let me
So
get it
sorry.
exactly for you.
I'm just
So that
wondering because we haven't had our itinerary. So in
Now, you
Nuremberg,
also realize that all those Christmas markets are going to be open.
this is what I'm hoping, so we
Yeah,
can
yeah. Because
maybe get a bit
I
of
had
a
a friend
lighter.
do this a year ago, this coming week, and they were all open. So you're going to hit them open.
And we might try and get, if I can, I'll try and get a live or at least a video that we can show of a genuine and authentic, European Christmas market. But John, it made us laugh because in Salzburg, was it Salzburg they were unpacking? We saw unpacking everything, and guess what he said? Made in bleeding China. It's like, really? Yeah. We were like, really? It's like people think they're buying authentic things. It's like, oh, we were like, wow. And yeah, the guys were saying, yeah, some of the stuff is not really that authentic, and it's mass produced, should we say, in other countries,
Some good
but yeah, yeah,
content start.
I mean, river cruising. If you can do it, guys, do jump on one while you can. And at the moment, there are some amazing deals out there. With different companies. We've got more, but to give you an idea, we've got some buy one get one frees for net 2023. So where it normally costs you 2-3 thousand per person, it's that for the two of you, and some amazing deals. And both with AMA, both APT, Avalon. There's so many cruise ships out there, Riviera. Viking. God, the number of Viking ships we saw while we were sailing up, they've got too many on that river, I'll tell you. And that was just the Danube, you know. But the ships, as I said earlier on, guys, the ships are not your destination. The destinations are where you're going, and that's what you're going for. And
Okay, so here it is on your screen there. Zum Gulden Stern, and that means the golden star. And it's an old building on a corner of a walking part of the old center city of Nuremberg.
right, well, I'm going to find out then with our guide, because we have got a guide of Nuremberg, because the way the ship finishes, our flight is not till 10 o'clock at night. So what they've done is we're not checking out till late in the afternoon, and then we can go, we're having a tour of like the World War and things like that. So I might see if we can, and the Old Town, I think. So I'll see if they can take us there. So,
and it's open for lunch and dinner, and I bring every group that I get to Nuremberg, any friends, anybody. If I'm meeting you in Nuremberg, we're going to be right here. Matter of fact,
you know what? I must admit, in Austria and Germany, it's sausages everywhere, isn't it? We had, I think it was called a Banos in Salzburg, which is, it was just like two little sausages with like cabbage and onions, and it was sort of put on a panini grill and crunchy bread. Oh, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
absolutely.
Now, I have to ask Amigo John a question.
Yes.
So you get over there to Nuremberg and you have this these bratwurst coochies.
Right.
Whatever the hell that word is.
Sausage.
Do you drink a good beer with that?
Oh,
Ooh.
have to. Some people drink white wine with it, and that's okay. But I'm not a beer drinker generally.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking.
But when I'm in when I'm in
Bavaria, you drink
Bavaria,
beer.
yeah, you got to have now. And there again, like a lot of people like what's called Weiss beer.
Yeah.
And that's white beer. That's not what
You have the darker, good German beer.
I like remember Grain Belt beer? Maybe you don't remember that.
Yeah.
That to me is an authentic Pilsner. It's called a Hell beer, Hell, Hell beer. I don't like the white beers, Weiss beers. Those are wheat beers made from wheat. I don't like the dark things like you guys have up in the United Kingdom. What is that? What's that beer called?
Is it stout or Guinness?
Stout,
yeah, any of the stouts or Guinness. That's not, not for me. But that's what. That's
you
what
like
I
the
do.
beer that comes in the big damn steins at the Oktoberfests.
Yeah, we had
that's yeah.
Okay.
Pilsner's good. You got Pilsner, then you've got Dunkelbeer, the dark beer. I mean, Stan loves his beers. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big beer drinker, but on this cruise, the times where we did have like tastings and things, like one of our excursions in, I think it was Bratislava, we did the beer and Taste of Bavaria, it was called. So we got like meats and cheeses, and then we got a flight of beer. I was like, there was a light beer, a white beer, a Weiss beer. Then you had the dark beer, and then there was a Pils. And surprisingly, they don't. I don't know if you talk about alcohol percentages. Look, this is what I've learned something on this cruise, John. They do it in degrees. So a 20-degree beer.
Yeah.
Let's go 10-degree. A 10-degree beer would be round about 5-6% proof.
Right.
So that's how they do it in Bratislava. But yeah, we did that, and we had the beer tasting. And do you know what? It was really nice to do. I may have had a couple of pints of beer while I was over there, but it's not my beer of choice, if I'm honest. But Stan had all different ones. Right. But yeah, you're right. In Bavaria, you've got to do it. Oktoberfest, when we did Oktoberfest that first night with the traditional singers, and it was an all-female band, and they had to tell you stories about love and beer, and they had big pretzels and the steins of beer, and it was like they'd end and it was like drink the beer, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
I love Germany that time of year. I've never been there. I've been there in the Oktoberfest season. I've not been there later as you get into the Christmas markets.
Well, I'm a waterways do this at the beginning of the cruise or the end of the cruise, depending which way of the river. In Wilshofen, they have a marquee set up, and it happens on every cruise. And it's included. You don't pay any extra for it. So that's not something we haven't mentioned. All the excursions we had included. There was two to choose from every day. They were included, and there was only one additional if you wanted to do it, which was Schönbrunn Palace,
Yeah.
which is amazing. But then we did Melcabi. It was absolutely phenomenal. It really was, and people look at the price, and I look at price of River, and you sort of go, that looks expensive. But when
But
you're
then you
talking
figure
about
out what you're getting.
yeah, I mean, how much do you spend on your drink package plus your excursions,
Yeah.
per day, and that's all included. Your entry into places is included and things, so it is worthwhile. But I mean, if anybody has any questions on river cruising, please do ask. And again, next week, I mean, I'll give myself I don't normally give myself a plug on here, but you can follow me on Martin's Holiday Village, and we will be bringing some live someday. Every day there will be something we talk about. So please do if you want to have any questions or want to
We
follow.
don't mind you throwing in a damn commercial break, Martin. We're very commercial oriented. I'm getting ready to give John a commercial break because Brooklyn is in the house. That's our buddy Eddie. By the way, Eddie filled in for you one day when you weren't here. So Eddie's become a very regular person now in our audience. But anyway, Eddie says we need more gummies, which I have to tell a story. Yesterday, how can I put this tactfully? I was having a crappy day,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided, I'm going to get into the supply of John's pot products. So, the one that I got into was over on my night table, but it's this is one of John's pot products. This happens to be the gummies. The one that I got into last night happens to be the chocolate pot, I call it.
Why?
He calls it CBDQs or RMS. Some damn letters. I can't ever keep the letters straight. So anyway, I had a little a taste of. It wasn't a little taste. It was one of the chocolate drops.
How many did you have?
Just one. That's all I need, dude. And 30 minutes later, I was stoned out of my gourd. I was floating. Thank God I was in my bedroom because I was floating around hitting the ceiling. Honest to goodness. That's what his CBQ, whatever the letter.
THC, actually.
THC. There we go.
Make my picture the whole screen there, you guys, and I just want to show you.
Oh, look at that! Is that sauerkraut and beer?
No, this is the warm potato salad.
Oh.
And then
did you say warm potato salad?
Well, that's the German potato salad.
That's the German. Yeah. You've never had it warm with sausage? Oh my God!
And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had the 10-pack that night, but then here I was going to show you. Whoop! I got to go back this way. Yep, that's us before a different. Well, how come I can't?
Be very careful here, John. What pictures you're going to throw?
Well, I understand. Yeah, but I want to go. I want to go the other way. Okay,
might be one of
here we go.
John naked in the shower.
No, I got here. This is my favorite server. She's been there literally every time I've been there. This is the walls of the place. This was one of my guests on the trip. Here we all are. Boy, most of these people are dead. It's been that many years. This gentleman's passed. This gentleman's passed. This lady's passed. But there we are. You eat, kind of family style, and lots of.
I like it.
Right.
So anyway,
I've got to send this. I've got to send it on to our host. That we need to go to the oldest sausage restaurant in Nuremberg.
See if you can do that.
I think actually we don't get off till mid-afternoon on the last day, so I might be able to go first thing. My wife Alice is of a German heritage. She loves that stuff. Warm potato salad. Oh, we didn't have. Did we have one? No, we didn't. We had a. Oh, we're talking about food. They feed you. The best part was one of the days we were sailing. Where were we sailing into? It was Bratislava. So we had breakfast. Then they had, are you ready for this? A brunch. They had a brunch before lunch, not brunch instead of lunch. They had a brunch before lunch. It was sausages and potato salad and sauerkraut and bread and things like that. So that was at 11:30 till 12:30, and then at 12:30 they went straight into dinner. It was like, really, guys? Really?
Yeah.
It was like this much? Oh, but do you know what? It's beautiful food. You eat as much as you want and things like that. But there was not. I'll tell you what. I'm going to give a plug here for Armour Waterways, however you pronounce it.
AMA Waterways. AMA
AMA
Waterways.
Waterways.
We spell it out.
AMA
Yeah,
Waterways.
we
Armour
spell it.
Waterways.
You say Emma.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get in the habit of doing it your way since you're over there.
yeah.
But
Well, whichever. But we will say it now. We try to pick fault with something on that cruise, right? Do you know what the only thing we could pick fault with was?
The
The
soap bars were too
USB
small.
ports. The
Oh,
USB ports in the cabin on the desk didn't work. We couldn't fault anything. The drinks, the service, the knowledge of the cruise director, the staff, they were just there for everything you wanted. And it was just, you wanted for nothing. So a big shout out to Amma Waterways. What you're doing on the rivers is bloody amazing. Really
yeah,
is. So,
yeah.
big up to them. So, and I'll
Good
just
good
mention it,
plug for
Camille,
those
who
folks.
yeah, Camille,
Absolutely.
our tour director, honestly, I don't know if you know, John, you might know this, but the cruise directors don't stay with the ship. Like an ocean cruise director, they stay with the ship. They all hop. What they do, hop between ships. So for our cruise, she was in Prague prior for a few days, met the people who were doing the Prague extension before, and then she joined the ship. Then when she got off the ship, she had a couple of days off, and then she was then flying to France to do the Paris trip that they
oh
did.
wow.
And then I think she was coming back to do the Danube a few weeks later, and it's like that's all they do. They're not on the same ship. So
And
while
so
we
they
were
sleep
waiting,
in their own beds a lot then. They're home a lot. They do it, then they're back home. Then they do it, they're back
no, they
home.
don't got a lot of
No,
time at home. No,
no.
no. Although Camille, she's been doing it for 8 years now, and a Welsh boyfriend who lives with her, she was like, we need to have a bit of them time. So she's doing a little bit less. But how she got into it, she used to be a tour guide in places. So she got into it. So when she's not on the ships, if she needs to do something, she'll do tour guiding as well for the people on the ships. So, but yeah, they were so knowledgeable, and absolutely amazing people. You wanted for nothing. I mean, one of the days, I'll give you one thing. They say we will have a tour or we will do X. If it's on the brochure and that's what they're doing, they will do that. And do you know why? We had one of the shuttles that took us into Vienna for the evening. Now, I said it ran at 7:30. There was the bus driver and me and Stan on a 52-seater coach, and that took us in. So it was like, it would have been cheaper for them to get an Uber, I'm sure. But they said, no, we say we put that coach on, it runs. We say we're doing that trip. If there's two people on the trip, it runs. And, talking of trips, I'll just explain they do different levels of trip. They'll do a regular trip, which is like just normal walking. Then they'll do a gentle one. So if you're not so quick at walking, you'll get the same tour, but just go at a slower pace. Or it might be that you get a noddy train rather than doing all the walking. So they do that. And then you'll have active. So they have like bike rides. Now, I did want to do the bike rides, but Stan didn't on this. So I might try and do it on the next one if I can, but we'll wait and see. But do you know what, guys? Thumbs up to river cruising. It really is amazing. And let's see next week's one because it'll be different places. And hopefully we will get into the Christmas spirit live from Europe.
Yeah, well, that'll be good. Now, also keep in mind that that's our holiday here.
Oh,
So,
is it?
Oh yeah, we got to rethink that. I'm at dinner.
Shall we do a pre-record
Well,
and pop it out that people can then
we
catch
could
up on,
do
or
that.
should we do a day
Or,
earlier?
that's right. It's Thursday, Thanksgiving, and I will be at invited dinner at noon.
uh,
Friday, we can't do Friday because I will be sat at Munich airport.
When do you
what's,
get home?
what's your
Uh,
Wednesday look like?
what are we doing Wednesday? Let me get the itinerary up. Bear with while I pop this on my other screen. APT. APT trip.
By the way, Eddie, I agree with Alice. I love the warm potato salad.
Me too. I hate uh, egg-based potato salad. I love the vinegar-based German
Yeah, yeah,
potato salad.
yeah. It's a different.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
definitely a different potato salad.
You know, I had the
I
cold
eat
potato
both.
salad. We didn't have it warm. Was it potentially? No, because it wasn't. It wasn't in warmer or anything. So it wasn't a warm. It was a cold potato salad they served.
Well, they
Right.
have
I
that
need to
too.
find it.
I have that too.
Yeah, the cold potato salad are normally mayonnaise based,
Yes.
which is why they're cold.
Unborn chickens have rights too.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Right. Where are we? Where are we? Let me find. I think. Let's see. APT hand trip. That's not the one. That's my e-ticket.
My problem is I think the only way that a guy should eat an egg is mixed with some flour, sugar, and chocolate.
In a cake.
Yeah, that's the only way you should. I
Oh
just
man, I gotta have my eggs every day.
no, man, I can't. I wonder how hungry I would have to get till
You-
you put a poached egg in front of me and I would eat it.
I eat eggs any way
My
possible.
my father too. What do you want for supper tonight, Dad? Oh, some eggs would be okay. And it's
Yeah,
like, oh man. And I was happy to make them. I mean, don't misunderstand. I was, my dad lived with me for the last 5 years of his life, and it was awesome. And I cooked eggs for him 100 different ways, and he loved every one. But I cannot, like I said, if it's not pancakes, I can do pancakes. I can do crepes. But that's as close to
yeah, no.
the natural egg as I can get, man. I'm telling you.
I love like eggs Benedict. That's a poached
Oh,
egg and
Oh,
oh
hollandaise
makes sense.
man.
sauce. I love that.
No, no,
Mm.
no, 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 no,
You can get scrambled, fried,
no,
over easy,
no, no,
hard boiled,
no, no,
soft boiled. I don't
no.
care.
No,
I
and
like eggs.
Chinese fried rice, I can eat them, and there's little pieces
Oh
of
yeah,
egg.
yeah, yeah,
That works fine.
yeah. Because you're eating rice.
Right.
I don't
Right,
know.
okay, so going back, right, on Wednesday, if we do, what, we think it'll go live on Wednesday?
Well, that's
Do
what
a
I'm
Wednesday?
thinking. I'm throwing this out as a possibility. That's all at this point. But
Okay, so I've
John's
got
definitely
my,
got a conflict, and I'm not sure about my timing for Thursday. I know we're going. Amanda and her friend and I are going out, and I
okay, well,
think they're talking about late afternoon.
let's look at a Wednesday. If we did Wednesday,
Yeah.
we could probably fit in. Now, I've got at 18:30 on Wednesday, we're in Reagan, where are we? No, we're in Passau. And 1830s this evening, enjoy sampling local beer and Bavarian snacks accompanied by traditional folk music, song and dance. So you can maybe catch the tail end of that. And then we've then got a bit of time until 7:30 when we need to go for dinner in the Constellations restaurant. So we could do a bit of an earlier show, maybe 7:15. I could come on and we'll do like a bit of a shorter show.
What's a quarter to seven? Is that a quarter to?
That'd be
6:45
15
p.m.
minutes before 7 o'clock. His time.
Okay, yeah. Are you
Oh,
on
hang on.
GMT on that time over there as well?
But
You on the
remember,
same
well,
time?
on Friday, I have to open the store at 1, like I have to here in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, let's work it out. But I think it will
We'll
be
figure it out.
if we do. No, that'll be 5 o'clock.
Folks, you got to watch Chillie's show or Martin's show along the way to find out what we're doing for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, somebody will have to. Nikki and Nikki, Eddie, Emily, all you guys are going to be on my show at some point in time, and I'll start announcing when we figure it out.
But I think it'll probably be UK time. It's probably going to be about 6:15. European time, it'll be 7:15, and then wherever it is in America.
You're
Yep.
okay.
See,
So
that doesn't work for me on Friday because that's
we
quarter to
started
12.
the show today at
Oh,
6
12. Yeah,
o'clock
yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
GMT.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
1 o'clock my time.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it'll be
Yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah.
It'll be Wednesday, not Friday. It'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday's
So
okay too.
Wednesday we do it at noon
1 o'clock
your time,
time.
John. 1 my time, and What's one? Is that 6 your time? What
Guys,
time did you start today?
We'll put it out to everyone in the next few days as a special edition when we work it out between the three of us what time we are, where we are, and what we're doing.
Okay.
All I can tell you
Anyway,
is the
we'll bring that,
turkey's
yeah.
going to be bloody yet at that point. It's not going to be cooked, so
Yeah.
On
it'll be
Wednesday.
bloody turkey.
Not
You-
on
when do
Wednesday.
you put your turkey in?
Well, no, it isn't going to be cooked yet, so it's going to be a bloody turkey. That's what I'm telling you.
That one went over my head.
When do you put your turkey in? I mean, do you put it in the day
Well,
before?
I don't stuff my turkey because from a food safety point of view, having run a hotel for some years, you cannot get the center of the stuffing to the right temperature. The bird will be just fried, cooked, raw, not raw, I mean burnt. So I've always do my stuffing in a flat pan on the side, put turkey juice over into it and everything like that. Because of that, I can cook a big turkey in 3.5 hours.
Mm.
Because I've got air running into the inside cavity of the bird too. So
Wow.
my mom used to be 6-7 hours on them big turkeys, and the inside of the dressing was still not cooked enough.
Yeah.
So
over here, we may not have turkeys at Christmas. I know, calamity, and we're being rationed on eggs at the moment as well because there's been an outbreak of bird flu. So there's been a lot of birds that have had to be unfortunately been culled. So they're now saying we could have a shortage of turkeys at Christmas, and we're now being rationed to 3 boxes of eggs.
Here, last year, turkey was about $1.20 a pound, and this year it's about $2 a pound. So a 20-pound bird here is going to cost you $42.
That's not bad. It's not bad. We
think of that. Turkey was the cheap.
Turkey was the cheap meat.
It used to be 78 cents. Remember,
Yeah.
and oftentimes if you shopped, you could get a coupon and get the turkey for free. That was a regular thing here in Minnesota. Minnesota, by the way, is the largest turkey producing state in the United States. We have more turkeys. We have way more turkeys than we have people. I mean,
They
millions.
raise turkeys to eat the pot.
Sometimes, yes, turkey would do that. I don't know if you know, but turkeys are really dumb birds. Like they can't be just outside because they will drown in the rain. They will look up in the sky. They'll be so shocked by the rain that they will open their mouths and they will drown.
Are you really that dumb? You're winding me up.
Nope,
You're winding me up.
I am not. This, as God is my witness, turkeys. They will, if you can't have corners if you have outside fencing for them where you're watching them carefully, because they will bunch up in the corner and smother all the ones below them. You have to be so careful. Turkeys are just dumb. I can't even relate them to anything else. But
And that doesn't give me any credence for my accomplishment. I shot my first turkey.
now, do you mean this kind of a turkey shot, or do you
Scared
mean
the crap out of everybody in the frozen food section of Kroger's.
At least I hope you didn't use a shotgun because, a shotgun blast on a turkey and all you kind of got left is the breastbone and the backbone. Everything else is just
Blown to hell.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if our listeners, but the turkey that we think of for Thanksgiving is very much modified genetically from a wild turkey. A wild turkey is a relatively trim bird. It doesn't have that big chest like we think of as the butterball turkeys, but it's incredible flavor. A wild turkey just is beyond delicious if you can get one. But they look much more like a big chicken than they do what we think of as this big round-breasted turkey.
See, I'll go outside and call one up here directly. I go out in the backyard. Here, turkey. Quick.
We get
Come
one
on
on the
now.
show next week. Should we get a turkey on the show
I
next week?
have customers, so I'm gonna.
Okay, you
Jump
got to
off.
go sell pot.
I might be back. I'm gonna mute my.
Yeah, John has to get the store open for the pot customers. So it's not pot, of course, but I'm going to always say that.
Oh,
So-
wow. Well, listen, I need to go in a second anyway because I need to go and stir my chili that's been on the stove on a low light since we started the show. So it's probably going to be all crispy at the bottom.
Well, yeah, that might be true too. All right,
No, I
Mr.
know.
Martin, we'll figure out what to do next week and do something
Yeah.
on
If we
Wednesday.
don't do it live, we can always pre-record and we can just play it, and
Yeah.
people can tune in and we can be there in the background if needs be. But listen, we'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll
between us.
come
You know us
up
better.
with something for Thanksgiving a day early and
A day
give
early.
everybody a break on Thursday for the celebrators in this country. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up. Martin, thank you. John, happy selling.
Yeah, happy
Everybody
selling, John.
else,
See you
we'll
soon.
see
Thanks for
you.
joining us.
I'll see you tomorrow on my show. We'll see everybody next Wednesday, sometime or another, on the Cruise Amigos Live. Later, y'all.